This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Can you say three-peat? Union Scotties, WPIAL champions.
The New Shannock Lancers are PIAA Class 2A state champions once again.
Swing and a miss. The Union Scotties. It's double gold for the County of Champions.
Wilmington, your District 10 1A champ.
Makes the catch. That will do it. Mohawk, back to back. Go celebrate.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
There he is. Left corner for three. He's the now all-time leading scorer.
Palmer McCain makes the catch. Somehow the adjustment, and he is going to take it to the house.
Francis Monitis works through Rinson. Has a chance. Score!
Off the tip of the glove of the first baseman, Benedict. Actually recovered. And did they get her? They did!
Oh, he has wide open. Dave McKnight gets the touchdown.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Live from the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh on the campus of Pitt University, it's high school basketball on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT. Tonight, it's the 6A WPIAL Championship as the number one Upper St. Clair takes on Newcastle Red Hurricanes. Tonight's broadcast on the lcsportsnet.com is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, UPMC Orthopedic Care, The Red Zone, Moderna Bonner Law, Nick Auto Body, Doran Concrete, Parada Jones McCree, Gems Builders, Newcastle Transit Authority, Pontus Insurance, the Creighton Room Grill, Work in Progress, the City Rescue Mission, the Tri-County Principals, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Hi again, everyone. I'm Tim Continental along with Eric Thomas. And Eric, these two schools know each other well from last year, as this is the second straight year these two teams will meet for the 6A championship.
Yeah, a little bit different of an Upper St. Clair team this year. There's no Tyler Robbins. Ryan Robbins is still here. He's still a load. He's still a problem in the paint. But, you know, I go back and I look at last year's game, Tim, and there's a couple things that still stand out from that game and performance from Newcastle. Number one, they did not shoot the ball well when they had to in that game. They started out really well. This was a very tight game through the first half, and then Upper St. Clair pulled away late in the first half, little 6-0 run, gave them the lead that they would never get back. When Newcastle had to make its run in the third quarter, they could not find a shot and could not buy a bucket. They just were off of their game. Guys like Kai Cox, they were kind of afraid to challenge Tyler Robbins a little bit in the middle. Ralph Blondo said it before the game last year. You have to account for their size. You hate to think about that kind of thing before the game even starts. It's almost like you lose the game before it even starts. It's a different Newcastle team from a season ago. And I think a big difference in this game tonight is not just the fact that Cox is a year older. I think a big difference is the fact that Marino Graham's the point guard, because he is not going to be afraid to challenge these guys in the paint tonight.
This is the Castle Asphalt pregame show providing commercial and residential asphalt paving, commercial side work, commercial line striping. You can find them online at castleasphalt.com. We're going to step aside and take our first timeout of the pregame, and we'll be back right after this.
Having a safe and healthy home is not something to play games with, especially if your home was built before 1978. You may be exposed to extremely harmful lead-based paint hazards. If you're concerned about lead in your home, don't roll the dice on your family's safety. LCAP's Healthy Homes Lead Hazard Reduction Program is here to help you win the battle. Your family's health and safety is the goal. Contact the Department of Healthy Homes today.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke. We sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
Calling all sports fans. Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for the game.
Signing up is quick and easy. Don't miss out. Sign up now and stay connected to the action.
Plus, follow us on social media for live updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community news.
And welcome back here to the Peterson Event Center as we get ready for tonight's game between these two schools. And it's now time to take a look at the Axe 6A tournament brackets here, Eric. Obviously, as we mentioned, Upper St. Clair #1. They started with Norwin, took care of them. Then Fox Chapel. In the semifinal, it was Seneca Valley. For Newcastle, their run to the finals started with Mount Lebanon, and then they took on Central Catholic to get to this championship game.
Yeah, 19-game win streak for Upper St. Clair, and it really started with their second game against Pitt Central Catholic, in which they took serve of the entire section and never looked back from that point on. Look, the other night, they were really good when they had to be late in that game. Their defense was phenomenal against Seneca Valley. They got off to a bit of a slow start in that game, very low-scoring game in the first half. Ryan Robbins got off to a fast start. Their defense is really what's going to dictate this game tonight. They're going to try to lock down Newcastle, no question. They're going to try to force Newcastle to shoot from the outside. I think it's a better shooting, much more mature shooting team for Newcastle this year. Damian Harrison, better shooter than what he was a season ago. That's been evident with the three-point numbers. But it's all going to start tonight for Upper St. Clair's defense, and they're going to try to keep this game low-scoring, make a run like they did last year. They're going to really try to drag Newcastle into kind of, I hate to say the gutter, but they're going to kind of try to drag them into like a dirty fight and keep it low-scoring and take them out of their rhythm early.
When you look at these two teams statistically, they match up pretty well. Obviously, Upper St. Clair 24-1. Newcastle was 23-1. Both 29 winning percentages. They scored practically about the same amount of points. 1568 for Upper St. Clair, 1493 for Newcastle. Given up, Newcastle only a little over 1,000 points, and for Upper St. Clair, a little over 1,070 points. I mean, when you look at the numbers, these are two pretty evenly matched teams.
Yeah, and if you want to give a slight edge to Upper St. Clair because they've played really well in this building the last two seasons, go right ahead, because the last two finals they played here, they shot almost 57% against Baldwin 2 years ago, and then they were 4 of 10 in that game in the third quarter from shooting from three, and then last year they led the game last year for 28 minutes against Newcastle, so they've kind of found a stride in this building, and they're comfortable playing here, and a lot of these guys, you know, Jake Foster's played in this building. Luke Marchinski was out last year for a lot of the season, but, you know, Finn Beggy came off the bench last year. Ryan Robbins came off the bench last year. I think playing well in an environment like this goes a long way to helping teams out. Now, on the flip side of that, Newcastle played here last year too, so they're used to it as well. This isn't going to be anything different for them, but you can't not look at how good Upper St. Clair has shot in this building in this game two straight years.
And when you get down to it, look at the numbers. Again, Upper St. Clair, as you mentioned, on a 19-game winning streak, 24-1 overall. They were undefeated at home in 14 games. On the away from home, they were 8-1, 2-0 on neutral courts. Their one loss coming to Pittsburgh Central Catholic in a 2-point game in overtime. When you look at Newcastle, their one loss came to Pine Richland on the road, a 2-point game.
Yeah, and for Upper St. Clair, I mean, again, it's just been defense, but having Luke Marchinski back from last season, too, he missed most of last year. In fact, he missed all last year with a knee injury. He's a guy that can really change a game. He's a good baseball player, too. And it was interesting because Danny Holzer said early in the season, he's like, nobody really knows about him. but we do, and he's been a really good player for us. So it's going to be interesting to see what he brings to this team. You know, it's not a completely different Upper St. Clair team from a year ago, but it's different enough. I mean, they have a couple of guys, a couple starters that are not back from this team. They graduated 10 players from a season ago. I mean, and then to be right back at this stage and have the record that they do and be on the winning streak that they do, that's a testament to Danny Holzer and his program and the pedigree that he's instilled in this team. There's one team you can argue in 6A, and they don't have as mmany titles, obviously, as Newcastle does, but there's one team in 6A that has arguably as good of a pedigree, and that's Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, well, you look at it, Dan Holzer, 31 years, the winningest coach in school history. So that says a lot there. Let's take another timeout. We'll come back. We'll get ready for tonight's tip-off here from the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Like in sports, it takes a great team to protect you, your family, and your business. MVP Insurance is that team. From home and auto to life and commercial insurance, you can count on us for coverage that adapts to your needs.
We're committed to excellence for our clients' experience and in serving our community.
It's a winning combination.
MVP Insurance. Don't get left on the sidelines. Log on to mvpins.com or call today to get your free quote.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab.
Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary.
From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Works.
And welcome back here to the Peterson Event Center on the campus of Pitt University, as it is the home of the WPIAL Championship. And tonight it is the 6A matchup as Newcastle and Upper St. Clair will match for the second straight year for the WPIAL title. Let's now take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. The Crane Room Grill is the place to be on Thursday and Saturday nights for wings and appetizer specials during Saturdays, and wings on Thursdays and Saturday evenings. Takeout orders are available at thecraneroom.com. And it's now time. It's going to be 6'4" Upper St. Clair, Luke Marchinsky, 6'1" senior. Number Number 10, Austin Chambers. And Oh, I'm sorry. That's Newcastle. The Newcastle starters are Graham, Harrison, Lemon, Cox, and Davis. For Upper St. Clair, it's Luke Marchinsky, Jake Foster, Andrew Gaithers, Finnegan, Beggy, and Ryan Robbins.
Winner of this game is going to get either Wilson or Cedar Crest in round 1, depending on result. Wilson, the 7th seed out of District 3. Cedar Crest, the 8th seed out of District 3. Two pretty talented teams. Wilson, much like this Upper St. Clair team, deep, defensive-oriented. Cedar Crest has a lot of three-point shooters on their team, so fun matchup for either way, but both teams should be and will be at home next weekend to open up the state tournament against a District 3 opponent.
All right, for the Canes, as mentioned earlier, it is Graham, Harrison, Lemon, Cox, and Schaefer, while it'll be Marchinsky, Foster, Gaithers, Beggy, and Robbins for Upper St. Clair. 8 minutes on the clock. Both teams getting their last instructions from their head coach, Dan Holzer for Upper St. Clair, and of course Ralph Blundo for Newcastle. As it is just about basketball time here from the Pete.
Newcastle going with the Reds tonight. I like that.
Yeah, threw me off there, to be honest. So used to see them in the home whites, recognizing that they are the road team as the number 2 seed. But the Hurricanes are on the court. So is Upper St. Clair, and we're ready here for basketball from the Pete. It's the 6A WPIAL Championships as we get ready for tonight's game, and tips going to be held there by Upper St. Clair. As they'll bring the ball up, they'll work it down underneath the Robbins, off the glass for 2.
Yeah, no surprise they go inside right away. He's going to have the advantage over Jaden Schaefer. I wouldn't be stunned if they slide Harrison in to help or go Quaylen Davis early off the bench to get help in the post.
Canes in the forecourt. Cox goes right side over to Graham. Graham inside the arc, works down low, now brings it back out behind the arc. Go top of the key to Cox. Cox down the left lane, stops, pivots, brings it back out. That's Lemon for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Robbins as they outlet it out, get it to Marchinsky. Give it back over to 11. Hand off to Foster. Foster going down the lane, takes it to the hole, off the glass for 2. And it's 4-0 here, early going for Upper St. Clair.
Bringing Robbins out high to set it all up, and then Foster, with a lot of attention being paid to Robbins, goes right to the bucket.
Graham with the ball, top of the key. He'll try a 3. Straight on, switch.
I think that's going to be important tonight. I really do. I think the three-point shooting, Newcastle isn't going to have to make a ton of them tonight, but they're going to have to shoot the ball a heck of a lot better than what they did 365 days ago.
4-3, 6:38 on a moving clock here in the first quarter. Upper St. Clair with the ball, throw down low into Robbins, and we get a whistle and a foul. And they're going to get this on Jaden Schaefer. Will be his first, and the first foul of the ball game.
Yeah, Ralph Blundo was not shy, Tim, about saying it. We have to defend the post. It's a little bit different than a season ago, and Ryan Robbins won't stretch you as a shooter like his brother could last year, even though his brother was 6'11", but he will facilitate from out top.
From the corner, going to go in at 3 as Luke Mantinsky puts it through. And it's a 7-3 lead here for Upper St. Clair. With the ball is the Canes. Give it over to Harrison. Harrison over to Lemon. Back to Harrison, top of the key, the left side to Graham. Graham now moves between the two circles as he drives down the right lane, gives it over to Lemon. He'll try a 3, back of the rim, no good. Ball going to be rebounded there by Robbins, and he gets it out to Foster.
Good shot selection, good play design too.
Foster dribbles the ball now, gets back up between the two circles, gets it over to Beggy. Beggy drives in now, gives it back out to Robbins, and off to Beggy. Give it back to Foster for a 3 from the wing. Shot no good, rebound there by Lemon. Outlet it to Graham. Graham brings the ball up. Graham takes the shot, front, and it's going to be an air ball. But underneath was Harrison. Harrison puts it up, and
no, it did
no
not fall.
good.
No, he had good position for the board. They wanted a foul inside, too. Not going to get it. Newcastle's got to get some of these to start falling early.
7-3 lead here for Upper St. Clair. As they get it up top to Beggy. Inside to Robbins, down inside the lane. Turnaround jumper up and good. Ryan Robbins, the 6'7" junior, with 4 here tonight.
He wasn't hitting that last year. He's got much more touch on his little baby hook, and he loves whatever matchup he's going to get inside.
Canes bring it down and go outside shot there by Cox, no good. Rebound by Shaver, back to Cox inside the lane. Goes up strong, shot no good. Rebound there by Robbins.
Where's the call there? He got banged around by 2 guys and no call. That was a terrible miss.
As they drive down low, give it out to Foster. He'll try a 3. Front of the rim, no good. Ball's going to be run down in the corner by Robbins. He'll throw it up top and they'll work it around. Over to the left side, that is begging for 3, good.
Yeah, Ralph's going to get a timeout here, and he's arguing his case, and he's right. That was an absolutely horrible missed call by the officials on the other end with Cox. But what I'm seeing early from this Newcastle team, Tim, and this is not a good sign for them. Too much one and done down the floor. They are coming down the floor. This game was 7-3 at one point, and they are coming down the floor and rushing shots. Be patient. Take your time. Slow it down. Do exactly what Upper St. Clair wants to do to teams. Drag it out a little bit. Don't rush these shots. Now all of a sudden you're down by 9, and you got to start chasing points early in this game. That's not going to add up well.
Well, the Canes, as you mentioned, off to a slow start here, down 12-3. Their three-pointer coming from Marino Graham.
They're 1 of 7 shooting early on. And meanwhile, we talked about familiarity with the court, the surroundings, and how well Upper St. Clair has shot in this building. They're hitting 71% to start the game.
So the Canes will bring the ball up court. No pressure as Graham brings it over, passes it over to Davis as they make a change. Give it over to Cox. He'll try a 3. Front of the rim, no good. Davis with the offensive board, and he'll work it back around the arc. Ball almost stolen as it goes into the backcourt. Picked up there by Lemon. As they continue, as Graham brings it into the arc. Graham outside, gives over to Lemon, back to Cox. Cox with the ball, driving with his left hand. Throws it back outside to Marino Graham. Graham's going to get it, ball back from Davis. Now get back over to Cox. Cox tries a 3, front of the rim, no good. Ball going to be rebounded there by the Canes. Cox with it, loses control, gives it over to Harrison for 3. Front of the rim again. Canes shots are short.
Too much perimeter. Too much perimeter shooting. Get the ball inside. Do not be afraid to challenge these guys inside. They've got to be more aggressive at going to the bucket. Those shots are not falling. They are now 1 of 10.
And Harrison went for the steal against Beggy, and he's going to get caught for the foul. That'll be his first, team's second here in the first quarter. Checking in is Jude Ossie and Luke Rickle for Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, USC won't go terribly deep. They didn't get a lot out of those guys aside from minutes the other night against Seneca Valley, but Danny Holzer goes about 8 deep, and he really likes the minutes that these guys like him and Chambers, Ossie and Chambers and Rickle give this team.
And they work it to the right side, work it underneath. Blocked from behind on a shot by Robbins, pulled away by the Canes. On the move, out to Walker. Walker goes up strong, no, but he is fouled. And that will put Jermaine Walker, a 64% shooter, at the line, shooting 2 here for the Canes.
Getting aggressive, and you get out in transition, and those type of things are going to happen. And credit to Walker, who leaked out ahead of the play. He almost expected the rebound and the outlet pass because he was almost all the way down the floor before the ball even got up to half court. That was excellent court vision and anticipation by Walker. And again, you go to the bucket, you draw the contact, don't be afraid of it. Go there, get the contact, get to the free throw line.
So Walker makes the first, looks to complete the pair. And it rolls off the rim, no good. 12-4 lead here for Upper St. Clair. As the ball stolen away by Walker. Walker down the right side, now pulls it back out. Gives it over to Graham. Graham over to Cox, top of the key. Cox with the ball, stops. He's going to pull left side for a three. Rolls the rim off it, no good. Rebound there. Brought down by Luke Rickel. They're going to slow it down here with 2 minutes, 20 seconds here to play in the first with an 8-point lead.
Should have gone to the bucket there if you're Walker. Again, too much perimeter shooting.
Drive to Foster, and the shot's going to get a turnover here to the Canes as they lost the ball there.
Newcastle, the last minute or so, is thriving on these turnovers, and they did a really nice job crashing the boards to get that rebound and then the outlet pass that led to the Walker free throw attempts. More of that, please. They've got to be more aggressive on the glass.
Pass over to Cox, down to Graham. Graham's going to step back, look at a three, stop, no. Give it over to Harrison, top of the key. Drives down left side, over to Davis, back to Harrison. Cross court, top of the key to Cox. Cox with the ball, dribbling with the right hand, throws it in the corner. Three, drive by Walker. He misses it all, and it's rebound there by Rickel. With the ball is Marczynski as they work it around. Give it over to Foster. Foster with the ball, top of the key. He'll stop and pop for three. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound, offensive board there by Aussie. Ball's loose, picked up by Upper St. Clair. Drive inside, off the glass, and good for Luke Marczynski. He has 5, and it's a 14-4 lead here for Upper St. Clair.
The thing that killed that possession there for Newcastle on the switch, Davis didn't step out and guard the shooter. That took the size away from the bucket, and that allowed Newcastle to really not get anything as far as the rebounding, kept it alive for Upper St. Clair.
They get the ball inside to Davis. Davis goes up strong. He is fouled, so Davis will head to the line. Davis only a 47% free throw shooter this year, averaging just over 4.5 points per ball game. His first shot is in with a swish.
Newcastle is shooting 8% in the quarter. They are 1 of 9 from downtown. I understand shooters have to keep shooting, but they've got to start getting more mid-range or start attacking the bucket with more consistency and getting to the free throw. I don't care what the percentage is for the shooter at the line. Just get there.
The second shot rolls the rim and falls down. Upper St. Clair with the rebound.
You've got to manufacture points if you're not going to be shooting well.
14-5 lead for Upper St. Clair. With the ball is Jake Foster. Foster guarded there by Harrison. We're down to 40 seconds on the clock. Go right side to Beggy. Beggy back left side. Give it over to Foster as they continue to let the clock wind down. It's 25 seconds remaining in the quarter. They give it right back out to Jake Foster on the right wing.
Oh.
Reaching in and going for the steal was Walker, and he's going to get hit with the foul.
I love how much has been let go in this first quarter, and then on a little reach like that, they're going to call that on Walker. Come on.
That is the third against the Canes here in the first quarter. Jake Foster will trigger it in. Gets it to Robbins, give it back to Foster. 15 seconds here to play in the quarter. As they work the ball outside. Get it over to Ossie as he throws it into the corner for Foster. Or Marczynski for three, good.
Got caught on a switch again. They got caught up in a bad switch that time. Davis rotated out on the screen. Marino Graham got screened. Davis rolled out. Graham was screaming for Davis to drop back to guard the post. That left Cox and Davis inside. Nobody rotated out on the shooter. Easy pickings for a hot shooting Upper St. Clair team through one.
Upper St. Clair leads 17-5. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
As we get back here to the Peterson Event Center here as we enter the second quarter, a 12-point lead here for Upper St. Clair. Eric, as you mentioned, the Canes settling for outside perimeter shots. They've only made one, and a three-pointer by Marino Graham, and 2 foul shots here tonight.
What was the big thing that plagued them last year in the loss to Upper St. Clair was shooting? They shot 32% in that game, had their lowest point output since the 2022 state final loss to Imhotep. This is a team, I understand, they made 162 threes all season. 163, you want to count the one tonight. They're not falling. Attack the basket. Go mid-range. I know the size is there. I know the paint is well protected. I know Upper St. Clair's got some length. They don't have 6'11" like they did last year. Attack them more at the rim. Draw the contact. Get to the free throw line. Manufacture points. If you're going to struggle shooting, you've got to figure out a way to manufacture the points.
So we start the second quarter. The Canes will have the ball. 8 minutes on the clock as the Canes trail by 12.
Doesn't take much to watch tape on Upper St. Clair, especially you go back to that semi the other night. They held Seneca without a field goal until there was 2:18 left in the first quarter, so they can clamp you down and do so in a hurry. I don't know that it was so much clamping down Newcastle. They just did not hit shots at all in that first quarter.
Cox drives into the lane, the ball knocked away, and the Canes will throw it in from underneath the basket. 7:44 remaining here, first half, excuse me. As they get it into Cox, over to Harrison. Harrison, top of the key, gives it back to Graham. Graham goes left side to Davis. Davis back to Lemon as they continue just to work the weave here. As they give the ball back out to Graham. Graham on the right wing. He'll try a deep three, and good. His second three of the ball game.
And Ryan Robbins had called out the screen. They were ready to switch. Graham just said, forget it, I'll do it myself. Kind of tricked him into thinking there was one coming and then stepped back and hit a nice shot.
Foster with the ball, top of the key. Goes left side to Beggy. Back to Foster. Guarded there by Lemon. Gets a pick there from Robbins. Puts up a three. Rolls the rim. No good. Offensive board. And we got a whistle and a foul. Gathers come down with the board.
You know, not only is Newcastle getting beat on the scoreboard, they're getting crushed on the glass early too. It's 2-1 Upper St. Clair on the glass, 12-6 total. That's got to change.
They work it inside, shot again and a foul. And again is Andrew Gaither on the play, and he will go to the line shooting 2.
Fouls on Graham, so that's his first. Keep an eye on the fouls here too. And we haven't seen him do it yet. Now, Robbins is still on the floor here for Upper St. Clair. He's going to get time if he needs it, but not much. This is a title. It's a hat and T-shirt game. He ain't coming off the floor if he doesn't have to. But we haven't seen them go a little bit bigger with Schaefer and Davis at the same time. I think they might be a little afraid to take some offense off the floor if you do that, because then either Lemon or Cox or Marino Graham got to go. But you may need to counteract some of them with size of your own at some point.
Gaither hits 1 of 2. And extends the lead to 18-8. Lemon with the ball, gets it out to Graham, top of the key. It's Graham, Davis, Cox, Lemon, and Harrison on the court. Deep three again by Marino Graham, puts it in. The freshman has 3 here in the first half.
Yeah, he's trying to single-handedly keep this team in the game, and right now he's doing it, and that might be the spark they need offensively.
Foster with the ball is the top of the key. Guarded there by Davis. Foster backs it off as they try to work a pick there from stolen away there by Lemon. Lost the ball though. As the ball's on the ground, they'll get a jump ball call. And it'll stay with Upper St. Clair. As Foster will, no, they're going to change that. It's going to be Marchinski's going to throw it in from the far side. Throws it in the backcourt, gives it to Gaithers. As he brings the ball up, Gaithers stops at the line, gives it back out. Throw inside to Robbins. It's a physical game. They're letting them bang in this game. As give it over to Robbins. Robbins outside the arc, left side to Gaither. He'll try a three, back of the rim, no. Offensive board, stolen away there by the Canes. Outlet it to Harrison. Harrison off the glass for two. His first 2 points of the game. And it's 18-13, 5:25 here to play first half.
Their best basketball in this first half is transition.
And there's another transition. They're going to call goaltending, I think.
No, they called a foul on Davis.
All right. They're going to get Davis on the foul. And that will put Luke Marchinski at the line here for Upper St. Clair.
It's convenient that we don't get a replay in the building, isn't it?
Yeah. There's the shot up and good for his 9th point here in the first half from Marchinski. Second shot, gonna roll the rim and fall in. He's the first player in double figures with 10. As they bring the ball up court, that is Graham top of the key between the two circles. As he gets moved and moves to his left. Drives inside on a runner, a little too strong, no good. Rebound there by Robbins. Robbins gonna hand it off to Foster as they bring the ball in the forecourt. And they're going to call Robbins on the loose ball foul.
He's not happy about it. He's going to state his case and shake his head, but they got the call right. Davis was camping out back up the floor. Robbins, it might be time for Danny Holzer to give him a little breather because he is a little gas coming back up the floor. We saw him get an extended break in the second quarter the other night in the semis.
Give it over to Cox. Cox in the forecourt. Over to Walker, over to Harrison on the left side. Down to the right to Cox. Cox behind the arc, he'll try a three. Front of the rim, no good. Robbins with the board for Upper St. Clair as they get the ball out to Foster.
One and done.
Foster backs it off. He'll try a deep three. Rolls the rim, no good. Follow up by Asasi, no good. Robbins has the ball stolen away there by the Canes. Ball's loose. And last touch there by Upper St. Clair going out of bounds. He'll go over to the Canes.
They called a foul. They called a foul on Finbeggy too. I didn't see the foul. I saw him touch it last, so I was a little surprised by that. But it looked like Davis had good position to try to get it. Beggy made a nice play to come over and try to swap it out of his hands. And then he clearly was the last guy to touch it, but the ref saw a foul and called it late.
So Graham with the ball in the forecourt here for the Canes. Canes down by 7. Cox with the ball. Goes left side to Lemon. Goes back over to Graham. Graham. Back to Cox on the right wing. Cox down in the middle. At the line. Runner. Shot. No good. Rebound there by Beggy. As he gets it out to Foster. As Foster brings the ball up. Guarded tight by Cox. Cox goes for the steal. Doesn't get it. As they reach in. His ball shot. No good. Rebound by Harrison. Gets it out to Graham. Graham down the left lane. Onto the glass. Up and good.
He knew he was taking his man off the dribble right away. Danny Holzer is giving the ref an earful because he wanted a foul on the other end. But again, they got out and they ran. And Graham, credit to him, he goes all the way out, sees that he's going to run the floor, sees that he can take his man off the dribble, goes to the bucket. He is single-handedly keeping his team in the game. We said it. He was the difference maker in this game compared to a year ago. Results on the board right now. They're shooting a lot better with him getting going.
The Canes trail by 5. There's a full timeout on the court. A Panthers insurance timeout taken by Upper St. Clair. That is their first timeout. Both teams have 4 timeouts left.
What a difference a quarter makes. Upper St. Clair 0 of 5 in the second quarter. Newcastle's hitting 57% from the floor.
Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings at Pontius Insurance for your home, auto, business, and life insurance, and all local agents at sponsorsinsurance.com.
It's been almost 2 minutes since Upper St. Clair scored in this contest, and Marino Graham has hit 3 of his last 4 shots. The last one might have been his best bucket of the night, though, because he's running down the floor anticipating, or at least trying to bait the defender into thinking somebody's running with him. Defender's locked in on him, and he said, no, I'm going to go by you and go right to the bucket. That was a slick move. This kid, I'm telling you, and I said it before, you can watch the video of him playing basketball in 2nd grade, and he would have been the best player on the floor in this game if he was still in 2nd grade. He is a fantastic point guard for this Newcastle team.
No question about it. As Canes shows some pressure as they make Beggy work his way up the court. They get it over to Rickle. Rickle dribbling as he works down in the corner against Walker.
And Walker's playing great defense on the floor.
Back to Beggy. Beggy again by Lemon. Lemon right on top of him. Handoff goes to Ossie. Ossie top of the key. Ossie dribbling with the left hand. Has a lane. And it's going to be stolen away by Cox. Cox loses the control. They give it right back on the take to Jude Ossie for 2.
And Cox had that in his hands and just couldn't keep it gripped tight. Otherwise, that was easy transition the other way for Newcastle. Unfortunate break for the Canes, but great stick-to-itiveness there by Ossie.
They work it down inside to Harrison. Harrison on a left-hand running hook, puts it up and in.
Yeah, he just used that long wingspan, Tim, to get around the defender. It was a tough angle, but that long wingspan was good enough. And without Robbins in the game right now, it's a different ball game.
As they bring up Foster. Foster has loose control of the ball, and Graham gets it. Graham's fouled all the way down court, but no call. Follow up by Cox. Cox shot no good. Ball on the ground. Cox fights for it. He keeps it as he rolls around. At the lane, gives it back out to Harrison. He'll try a 3. Good. Damian Harrison now with 7.
I think the whole town of Newcastle is here. How about Marino Graham with a fantastic play to keep that possession alive, and then the wherewithal to find Harrison the best 3-point shooter on this team.
As they work the ball out, they work it down inside. That's Rickle's shot, no good. And they get a whistle and a foul on the floor. And they're going to get Cox on the foul.
Yeah, it's a good call. Ryan Robbins is going to come back in. Danny Holzer's seen enough. He's got to go to his big and get him back out there. And Quaylen Davis is going to come back out for Newcastle, too. The unit that's on the floor for Newcastle, minus Davis, was probably the best that they could have put on the floor because Walker's playing great defense, and you've got Harrison and Graham who are in a complete rhythm right now offensively.
So the Canes now trail by 2, 22-20, 1:49 remaining here in the second quarter. Jake Foster will throw it in here for Upper St. Clair. They'll get it into Robbins. Robbins guarded there by Davis. Backs out against Davis, turnaround jumper, rolls the rim and puts it in off the glass.
Yeah, he's just put so much game under his belt in the offseason. He's going to go somewhere for football, obviously, but he's just become such a better player and much more touch on his shots.
3 by Graham. Good. That's his 4th 3 of the first half.
Speaking of touch on shots, again, said it, he is an X factor for this team.
24-23, Canes lose down by 1. Robbins with the ball, top of the key, stops his dribble, hands it off to Foster. Foster with the ball, going left side. Who's going to try a 3? Front of the rim, no good. Ball batted around, picked up by Harrison. Loses control, goes down on the ground, lost it back. Give it to Upper St. Clair as give it quickly out to Marchinski. He'll try a 3, no good. Canes going to knock the ball loose again. Marchinski runs it down, throw in the corner. Beggy for 3, back of the rim, no good. This time, solid rebound by Harrison for the Canes.
Much more aggressive by the Canes, tapping at those rebounds, keeping it out of the Upper St. Clair players' hands.
Cox runs in again, inside, and we get a whistle this time.
Cox just needs to settle down a little bit offensively. They need to get him going.
Get this against Davis, and they'll put Robbins at the line. 33 seconds remaining here in the first half. 24-23. Ryan Robbins has 6 points here tonight, all in the paint. Is shooting at the free throw line. Looks and bounces it away. Score remains a 1 point Upper St. Clair lead. 33 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Second shot by Robbins, going to bounce away again. Canes with the defensive board, gets it out to Harrison. Harrison slows it down to 28 seconds. Give it over to Graham. Graham with the ball as we're down to 20 seconds. Give it over to Cox. Cox at the pit logo. Back to Graham, over to Cox, down to 10 seconds. Down to 8 seconds. It's going to be Cox. Cox doing one-on-one against Beggy. Cox spins into the middle, pulls up the lane, pulls up the shot no good. And the quarter has ended in the first half as we have had a whale of 2 different quarters as Upper St. Clair leads by 1 here as we head to the UPMC halftime. 24-23 lead. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Attorneys Parada, Jones, and McCree are dedicated to giving their clients the best chance at a positive result. From personal injury, criminal and corporate law, real estate, municipal law, to wills and estates, their team will work with you through every step of the legal process. With Parada, Jones, and McCree, excellence is our guarantee.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Wilmington's Reese Bruckner as the January Red Zone Female Athlete of the Month as the county's leading scorer, approaching the 1,000 career points mark as well. Lawrence County SportsNet is also proud to honor Laurel Wrestling's Casey Wilson as January's Male Athlete of the Month for getting his 100th career win on the mat and helping the Spartans to their first ever PIAA berth in program history. Congratulations and best of luck to Laurel's Casey Wilson and Wilmington's Reese Bruckner, the January Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Being the home team, to playing at home. And at LGKG, we have been your home team for over 90 years.
We're more than just a law firm. We're your friends, your neighbors, an advocate when life takes an unexpected turn.
We're not just lawyers that practice law. We live in this community, just like you.
When you need us most, we're at our best.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measel will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
This game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL. This broadcast is intended for the benefit of the viewing and listening audience. Any use, broadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL is strictly prohibited. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Welcome back here to the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh as we are at halftime of the 6A championship game between Newcastle and Upper St. Clair. Upper St. Clair leading by 24-23. This is the UPMC halftime show. Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for advanced orthopedic care. Get you back on your feet faster at upmc.com. Eric, when you look at the stats here in the first half, two different quarters offensively for both teams. Upper St. Clair got off to a quick start, leading 17-5 after one, but Newcastle battled back in the second quarter, scoring 18 to Upper St. Clair 7 to trail by 1.
Yeah, and really I think a big difference in that second quarter was their transition basketball. You saw them be a little bit more aggressive on the glass. They're still getting out-rebounded in this game, 22-13, but the difference being that they were more aggressive trying to get those rebounds. They're swatting at them. They're not just letting Ryan Robbins box them out and control the glass. They're getting after it and trying to tap them out, get guys, in on the run and tap it out to them and see if they can get transition buckets. And then I don't know what else you can say about Marino Graham. I mean, they needed buckets in the worst way. The kid just stepped up and gave it to him. I mean, he is
stand up. No question about it.
He's ridiculous.
He is.
I mean, just has such good court vision. He's got a confident shot. He's not afraid to penetrate against these guys. He's not afraid to kind of get muddy with them, and he's not afraid to step up and shoot the ball. I hate the adage that when you get to a certain point of the season, you're not a freshman anymore, but he's not. I mean, he's already a grown man, it seems like, the way he's playing right now. He's got to keep it up now for the second half, and I think he's got the ability to do that. But we said it at the top of the broadcast, he was a major difference for this team compared to a season ago, and that held true through the first 16 minutes.
We'll take a quick look at the Creative Edge scoring recap. Fully licensed, insured architect and construction management service will help you make your project a reality. For more information on Creative Edge, give them a call at 724-652-1372. For Upper St. Clair, they're led in the first half by Luke Mancheski with 10. Ryan Robbins with 6, Jude Ossie with 2, Jake Foster with 2, Andrew Gaither with 1, and Finnegan Beggy with a tray. For Newcastle, it was Marino Graham leading the way with 14, including 4 3-pointers. Damian Harrison with 7 with 1 3-pointer. Quaylen Davis with 1, and Jermaine Walker also with 1 here in the first half. And that is our Creative Edge scoring recap. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second half here from the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Congratulations to our January LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Laurel Wrestling as our LCAP Team of the Month for making the WPIAL semifinals and qualifying for the state championships, both for the first time in program history. Congratulations to Coach Kevin Carmichael and the Laurel Wrestling Team, our LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Wilmington's Reese Bruckner as the January Red Zone Female Athlete of the Month, as the county's leading scorer, approaching the 1,000 career points mark as well. Lawrence County SportsNet is also proud to honor Laurel Wrestling's Casey Wilson as January's Male Athlete of the Month for getting his 100th career win on the mat and helping the Spartans to their first ever PIAA berth in program history. Congratulations and best of luck to Laurel's Casey Wilson and Wilmington's Reese Bruckner, the January Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Thank you for calling AXE. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. AXE can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joy ride.
It's so convenient for them. We take them door to door. We help them get off and on the bus if they need to use the lifts.
I love the people, especially the senior citizens.
They care about us as much as we care about them.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joy ride, call AXE today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAT Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
Nick's Auto Body, trust your body in our hands. From a scratch to a dent to a major repair, Nick's your man. Making your car look as good as new. Nobody does it better than Nick's Auto Body. Trust your body in our hands. Nick's Auto Body, trust your body in our hands.
Whether you're hosting a big party.
And welcome back here to the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh as we get ready for the second half of tonight's game between Upper St. Clair and Newcastle. Newcastle trailing by 1, 24-23. It's 8 minutes on the clock as we get ready in the second half. Some of the keys to the second half here for the Canes. Eric.
Yeah, again, Marino Graham's going to have to keep doing what he's doing, I think, and for them to win this game, they're going to have to try to at least even out the rebounding edge, too. They did a better job in that second quarter. We talked about it. I think run transition, too, but rebounds are going to lead to that. So if you can get them, tap them out to guys that are running up the floor, that's going to lead to some transition points. I think that's going to be key for this Newcastle team. And don't settle for three-pointers. No one and done, no wasted trips. Work the ball, get good, clean shots.
And the Canes have the ball to start the second half. Harrison tries a long shot from the corner, no good. Followed up by Davis. Shot is going to roll the rim and bounce out of bounds. It'll go over to Upper St. Clair with 7:44 remaining here in the third quarter. And those keys to the games brought to you by LGKG. Luxembourg, Garbert, Kelly, and George has been Lawrence County's attorneys for over 90 years. Beggy brings the ball up, hands it off to Foster. Foster calls the play as he's guarded there by Harrison. Give it over to Beggy. Beggy gives it inside as they try to get it to Robbins. Robbins goes up strong and puts it up and in for two.
A little late on the help there with Cox, but they moved to double team him and he was able to split it. And again, that's a move that a season ago Ryan Robbins wouldn't have been asked to make, but he's got that in his bag now.
That is Graham with the ball, goes over to Lemon, back to Graham, top of the key, working over to Cox, right wing. Cox with the ball, drives inside the arc, now pulls it back out. He'll try a fadeaway three, good.
Let's see if that gets him going. That's a great shot selection. He liked the matchup. That's a much more confident shot than we saw in that first half, too.
Jake Foster brings the ball up and we're tied at 26. Foster drives into the lane, throws it back out in the corner. Three try from the corner, back, no good. Rebound there by the Canes. Graham gets it out as they work it out to Lemon. Lemon off the glass for two. Chase Lemon with his first 2 points of the game. And the last five gives the Canes the lead by 2.
And Marino Graham did a good job. He got the ball in his hands, got kind of low with Robbins behind him and sort of screened him out. That didn't allow him to get up the floor. Newcastle had the numbers and a beautiful job by Lemon to leak behind the defense and lay it in.
Beggy with the ball as he drives into the arc, throws it into Robbins, turn around off the glass, good for 2.
Boy, how good are his feet when he's able to get the ball and just move that quick for a big dude. He is going to be the prize of somebody's offensive line.
10 points here for Ryan Robbins as they get the ball in. That's Harrison on a turnaround jumper, up and good. Harrison now with 9, and we're tied. The Canes retake the lead 30-28.
Yeah, just an excellent job by Harrison. Could have shot from a little deeper, decided to take it in, go medium range, and it worked out.
That is Foster drives inside. Shot, and what we're going to get, a charge call?
Yeah, that was a late call, too.
I was waiting for it, and it didn't. Yes, there it is. A change of possession brought to you by Moderna Bonner Law.
It has been a rough night for Jake Foster, who is really the lifeblood of this team. He's 1 of 7, 0 of 5 from three-point land, and just has not been able to get on track. If he does, that becomes a problem for Newcastle, but so far he's the one having the frustrating night offensively.
Lemon gives it over to Cox. Cox just right of top of the key. Now gives it back. Cox with the ball. Cox drives into the arc, pulls back out for three. Front of the rim, no good. Ball on the ground, loose. And we're going to get a jump ball called. And it will go to Upper St. Clair.
Damian Harrison's a little shaken up, too. He looked like he tumbled over somebody. Looks like he's all right, but just for a moment, that looked awfully scary. A lot of scrum for the
will
ball.
throw it in. Finnegan Beggy has 3 points here tonight. Let's get it into Robbins. Robbins has the ball swiped away by Davis, but gets it back as they bring the ball up with Finnegan Beggy. Beggy with the ball. Goes left side to Robbins. Top of the key, over to Gaithers. Back to Beggy. Top of the key now to Foster.
Davis pushing Robbins out of the paint.
Foster drives into the lane, turns around, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound by Davis. Davis out to Graham. Graham on the move, finds Cox. Cox moves inside, off the glass, good, on the reverse.
Tim, that play starts by Davis muscling up Robbins in the paint. He pushed him out to the far block. The shot comes from that direction, and then the rebound falls to Davis, who had better positioning.
And a quick turnaround there for Foster inside the paint for two. And it's still a 2-point Canes lead. Walk downside to Davis. Davis out to Cox. Cox will drive in the lane right side and has the ball knocked away.
Foster was jawing at Chase Lemon coming up the floor the whole time and almost lost the defense there. He's got to pay more attention running up the floor, but it's been a frustrating night. He's letting a little bit out. He's still talking smack to Lemon.
Checking in now is Drew Ossie for Upper St. Clair.
Chase Lemon's not a guy I'd want to talk trash to because he doesn't care.
Exactly. With the ball is Cox.
That's falling on deaf ears there, young man.
Giving the ball over to Graham. 4 minutes there to play in the quarter. Lemon gets it over to Harris on the left wing. Top of the key to Walker. He's going to try a deep three. Walker short. Ball saved, but it's going to go to Beggy for Upper St. Clair. As they bring the ball up, they work down in the corner, and the ball's going to be loose and knocked out of bounds. Last touch there by Graham. He'll stay with Upper St. Clair. Marczynski will throw the ball in. Lemon will check out, and Davis will check in. So it's Davis, Harrison, Graham, Cox, and Walker for Newcastle.
I think it's a good idea to get Lemon out of there a little bit just so he's not baited by Foster.
Foster brings the ball into the lane, loses control, goes down to his knees to get it, and a timeout called by the bench here for Upper St. Clair.
Good job saving the possession.
It could be a 30-second timeout.
Let's talk a little bit about who these two teams will see next weekend in the first round of state. So the loser of this game is going to get the 7th seed Wilson Bulldogs. Again, a good defensive team. Their issue all season, though, has been they've had trouble scoring. So, you know, that could favor an Upper St. Clair if it's them, just simply because they like to kind of grind teams out a little bit. But a very deep team, very young team. Matt Cauldron, great coach, over 400 wins in his career. He's an excellent coach. He'll have those guys ready. Tommy Smith's Cedar Crest team is really good at shooting the three, but they've lost 7 of 9, and they're only 14 and 13 overall. Wilson clubbed them in the consolation of District 3. District 3 a little up and down this year. Central Dauphin just won the district title tonight. Heavy favorite, but it's a weaker District 3 than what it's been.
Foster gets the ball back and puts it up for 3 from the wing. Good. Foster with 7 here tonight. And it's a 33-32 lead here for Upper St. Clair.
Still
Cox
talking.
drives into the lane, finds a trailer, and that's Davis. Davis is blocked by Robbins as they bring the ball up. Get it in the corner. That's Beggy for three. Rolls the rim, no good. Rebound there by the Canes. Davis outlets it to Cox. Cox slows it down. Finds Davis underneath. Davis off the glass, good for two.
What a beautiful find by Cox. Davis laid that out there a little too long for Cox. He had to go to the corner to trail it and pull it in, and then a nice job running the floor to recover by Davis for the easy deuce.
Canes by one, 34-33. Foster with the ball. Then we got a whistle, and I think we're going to get a check foul here. We're going to give that on Graham. That'll be his first.
Foster is giving everybody guarding him an ear. Just an absolute earload. It's kind of hilarious to watch.
As they work it inside, Foster with the ball, tries a big three, rolls the rim, no good. Rebound there by Davis. Davis outlets it to Cox, and Cox brings the ball up. Cox hands it off to Harrison. Harrison drives into the lane, loses control of the ball, picked up by Foster. Foster brings the ball in, drives down it against Harris. Harris partially blocked it, picked up there and put in by Jude Alki for 2 points.
Yeah, Aussie just had good position for the follow. Good defense there by Harrison to stay stride for stride with Foster, but it was positioning by Aussie running the floor and getting set up for the easy putback.
Graham with the ball. A 1 point lead for Upper St. Clair, 35-34. 2 minutes here to play in the third. Cox with the ball, drives down the lane, left side, runner, shot no good. Rebound there by Robbins, outlets it to Foster. Foster finds Aussie. Aussie puts it up and in for two.
Yeah, Cox just on the other end rushed that shot. He forced it too much. I think this is a good timeout by Ralph Blundo. He's telling them, you got to take smarter shots. You got to be a little bit better with the ball. They forced that shot. It's a full timeout. This is a good time to recover. Actually, they're going to change this to a 30. But right, Cox, like, too much. Like, he's just trying to rush that a little bit too much. The kid wants to score so bad. I understand that. But you got to let the game come to you. You're 2 of 14 in this game tonight. Facilitate. Don't take that forced shot. Give the ball up. Find somebody who can make the open jumper.
Another Ponchos Insurance timeout. Remind everybody you can find them online at ponchosinsurance.com for your auto, home, business, and life insurance. The local agents at Ponchos Insurance. 1:48 remaining here in the third quarter. Upper St. Clair now leads by 3, 37-34. Canes coming out of the timeout. We'll have Lemon, Graham, Davis, Harrison, and Cox on the court here for the Canes. Graham gets the play from the bench as he brings it across the timeline. Gives it over to Lemon as they work it back to Cox. Cross court over to Graham, back out to Cox. Cox with the ball, drives into the lane. Cox finds Davis. Davis goes down low, tries to get back to Cox underneath, does. Cox goes up strong, shot no good. He's mugged, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the floor.
A little good job there by Cox to kind of bait everybody in there. Fouls on Aiden Chambers. He was baiting everybody in there, and then again, Davis, who's done an excellent job to put himself in position here a couple times, was able to find his way in the paint. Cox fed it to him, and then Cox stuck with it.
Cox tries to get it quickly into Harrison. Turnaround jumper, up and good. Harrison another baby hook in, and he now has 11.
Yeah, he repositioned himself off the inbound nicely. Cox got it to him in a hurry, and then Dane using that long length again.
1 point lead here, pressure by the Kings. As they throw it, and that is going to throw away from that pressure as they try to find Foster, and the pass was too far in front of him. And that turnover will give the ball back to the Canes with 1:05 here to play in the third quarter.
It's amazing that they're doing this with Marino Graham not even attempting a shot here in the second half so far.
With the ball is Cox, gives it over to Graham. Graham against begging, drives left side, has room out, pulls it back out. Gives it over to Cox. Cox with the ball, dribbles between the legs, into the lane. Over against him, shot too strong, tapped out by the Canes, saved by Lemon. Give it over to Cox, back to Graham. Harrison with a big tap out there.
Yeah, that, again, they're doing a much better job of tapping those rebounds out, in this case to keep it in the half court.
And there's going to foul them with 24 seconds remaining.
It's interesting Danny Holzer hasn't gone back to Ryan Robbins. They've given him a lot of blow here in this second half so far. And I think a good job to take Foster out too, cool him off a little bit before the stretch run.
So the Canes will throw it in, get it into Graham, back to Cox, over to Graham. 18 seconds. Down to 15 seconds. Graham holding the ball at the pit logo. Down to 9 seconds. Here he comes. Graham's going to drive down the lane. Fires in for Davis. Out for Cox for three. Good! Kai Cox drains it at the end of the quarter. And the Canes lead by 2, 39-37. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Nick's Auto Body, trust your body in our hands. From a scratch to a dent to a major repair, Nick's your man. Making your car look as good as new. Nobody does it better than Nick's Auto Body. Trust your body in our hands. Nick's Auto Body. Trust your body in our hands.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any site. 8 minutes on the clock as we enter the fourth quarter. On the court for the Canes is Davis, Lemon, Harrison, Cox, and Graham. For Upper St. Clair, it's Robinson, Foster, Gaithers, and Beggy. Canes bring the ball into the forecourt. Cox with the ball. Hands it off to Lemon. Give it back to Cox. He drives the lane. Throws it through the legs and punch out to Graham. Takes a three shot. No good. Saved by the Canes though. And it's going to hit the sideline and go out of bounds. As the Canes had a good play coming out of the timeout in the quarter, but unable to make it a fruition there.
And got a little lucky there with the ball going out to Graham for the three. Good hustle by Harrison, but just a little too much on the carom there. Carried him to the sideline. He wasn't able to collect it.
Foster goes left side. Gets it over to Marchinski. Work it inside to Robbins. Robbins shot blocked. Picked up by the Canes.
They doubled him.
As they bring it down, get it over to Lemon. Out to Harrison for three. Front of the rim, no good. Ball's loose, and they're going to get a foul on who? They're going to get it on Beggy. They're on the push. 7:20 remaining here, fourth quarter. Canes by 2, 39-37. Canes with the ball in the forecourt. Harrison was on the left wing. Gives it back to Graham. Graham checking over the defense as he moves to the right side. Graham dribbling with the ball. We have Davis in the right corner and Cox to his left. Now they'll switch with Harrison on the right corner. Clock wind down, under 7 minutes here to play. Give it ball over to Cox. Cox with the ball, drives into the lane. Gives it back out to Harrison. Harrison going to give it back to Davis. To Harrison to Graham. And they're going to turn around and move to the right side with Graham. Graham has room with dribbling with his left hand. Works inside, finds Davis. Davis kicks it out. Harrison for three. In and out. Ball's going to be tied up, and what we're going to get, a whistle and a foul.
Over the back on Davis.
Yep. No, they're going to get Lemon.
Wow. Two good looks. That was two really well designed plays, and Harrison had good, clean look at that one. Newcastle's got to get back to scrapping for these rebounds.
So St. Clair brings the ball up. Foster with the ball. Guarded there by Lemon. Switched onto the Davis as they double team. Now give it back. They work it inside. High pass. Work it down low. Ball's kicked away. And last touch there by Newcastle going out of bounds. It'll stay with Upper St. Clair.
It's a good job by Davis once again. And Newcastle's done a couple of times tonight. Nice jobs on the switches. And Davis at times stepped up in Foster's face. And then they switched back to Lemon, and that allowed Davis to get underneath the bucket again. So they've been smarter and a little crisper on the switches.
They work it down to Beggy. Beggy has the ball blocked away, picked up there, and they're going to get a whistle, a foul. Alan Graham on the reach in. Coach Blunt is going to argue that he had all ball, but that's not what the official saw. They get it into Robbins, and they give it back out to Ossie. Over to Foster. 5:50 here to play in the quarter. Foster with the ball. Foster inside the arc, now back out. Work down in the corner. Up top, they get it back over to Beggy. Back to Foster in the corner. Now back out, Beggy on the wing. Foster on the right wing, guarded there by Lemon.
Davis is really making him work inside, pushing him out on the blocks.
They tried to pick and roll, trying to get it into Robbins, and Robbins is going to pick up the foul as he'll go to the line shooting two.
Harrison's going to pick the foul up. It was actually a pretty good foul. I mean, there really wasn't much Harrison was going to be able to do at that point, make him go to the line and earn it. But I got to give Quaylen Davis a lot of credit to him because he has gotten a lot more physical with Robbins after that first quarter. Like I think sometimes like you just kind of like touch and feel and kind of get a grasp of like what it's going to be like in the paint with him. And now he's doing a better job of pushing him out on the blocks and kind of taking him away from that paint and not allowing him to use that body to push Davis out of the way. It's Davis kind of controlling that matchup a little bit.
Robin hits them both, and we're tied at 39. Cox with the ball. Gives it over to Harrison on the right wing. Back to Cox in the corner. Drives baseline. Cox off the glass. Good for two.
See, that's why he's a Division I player, possibly at both sports. He can take you off the dribble, run the baseline, and beat the man at the bucket. And they're sensing a little bit of gas in Robbins right here, and now we're getting all kinds of calls.
Yeah, they're going to get Lemon again this time. So he had two hands on him.
I'm not one to usually jump down the ref's throat here, but you've let so much in this game go. Let's not tighten it up now.
Yeah, let's not get too handsy right now. As they get the ball into Ossie, back to Foster. Ossie at top of the ball. Key. Hands it back off to Foster. Foster trying to set up a pick and roll. As they get the ball back out. Three try, up and good by Luke Mancheski. He has 13. And it's a 42-41 lead here for Upper St. Clair.
Giving this team a fifth guy, a fifth option.
They throw it inside and Davis stolen by Robbins. Gets it out to Ossie.
Oh, come on.
They're going to call a reach in, and they're going to say he got the arm.
Now, I'm going to get a little critical of this call here. That's a terrible call, number one. You get back on defense, and you push the ball out of bounds. If you're not altering the direction of the player in any manner, way, shape, or form like Graham did not do there, that is not a foul, sir. That is knocking the ball out of bounds and Upper St. Clair possession. Let's not tighten this thing up here. Let's let the players decide this. That is not a good call. I'm sorry.
And Graham just fouled out of the game.
Yeah, he fouls out on a ticky-tack call like that. He didn't alter the position of the player in any way. he slapped the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
The complexion of this game is flipped because we've had to tighten this up now a little bit. I don't agree with it under any circumstance.
Ossie with the shot, and it's going to roll the rim and bounce away. Score remains 42-41, Upper St. Clair.
You got to
34 to play.
You got to let guys play defense, and it goes both ways. I would expect them to not call that on the Upper St. Clair end either. I get it. We're a Lawrence County broadcast. I'm not trying to homer for our team. I'd expect them to let that go either way. That is just good defense by Graham, and now the whole game's flipped.
Yeah, and this is a championship game. You hate seeing stuff like that. Cox with the ball, gives it over to Lemon. Lemon gives it right back to Harrison as they work it over to Cox. So Kai Cox, the sophomore, drives into the lane, throws it back out to Walker. Walker drives in, takes it to the hole, shot off the rim, no good. Davis with the offensive board, up, shot, in and out. Rebound there by Ossie. Actually by Marchiski.
And now it's kind of fallen into Upper St. Clair's pace a little bit too. This is a dangerous point here for Newcastle.
As they're going to let it roll, as Canes had to let them go because of the previous calls, and they put it up and in. So the Canes bring the ball up, trailing by 4. 3:35 remaining here in the quarter. Cox dribbling the ball. Gives it over to Walker. Walker gives it back outside. 3 for corner. Up and good by Cox.
Tim, this is the time of the game now where you're going to rely on Damian Harrison. It's a full timeout called here, and you're going to rely on Kai Cox. If he's a Division I player and he is going to be the next generation on this team, it is time for him to step up and carry this team, and it's time for Damian Harrison, who this is it for him. This is the last ride. It is time for him to show up and make some big shots too, and Kai Cox started it right there.
And we are with 3:22 left, a timeout on the floor as the Canes trail by 1, 45-44. The Canes have Marino Graham fouling out of the ball game with 14 points here tonight. Damian Harrison has 11. Kai Cox with 13, including 3 threes. Waylon Davis with 3 and Walker with 1. Leading scorer for Upper St. Clair is Luke Mancheski with 13 and Ryan Robbins with 12. So, scenario is out. 3 minutes, 22 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Canes is Cox, Walker, Davis, Lemon, and Harrison. For Upper St. Clair is Foster, Robbins, Marcheski, Ossie, as they bring the ball up. With the ball is Foster. Foster drives into the lane, takes a runner, shot no good, ball's gonna roll away, and out of bounds. He was looking for a foul, but nothing called there, as the Canes get the ball on the loose ball going out of bounds.
And this is crunch time here with 3:06 to go. And if your point guard's out, your star point guard's out, that means the young man with the ball in his hands right now, Kai Cox, has got to become the facilitator, one of the scorers, and he's got to find his running mate, Damian Harrison.
Give it over to Walker. Walker gives it back up top to Harrison. Back to Cox. Cox with the ball. He'll try a deep 3. Good!
Yeah, see, he's shooting it much more confident now, and I think something clicked in him, especially with Marino Graham going out, knowing that it's his time. He did not have a great final last year. In fact, he was very, very skittish in this game last year, and now it's his time.
They work it down inside to Robbins. Robbins puts it in for 2, and we're tied at 47, 2:25 here to play in the quarter. Cox brings the ball up. Cox delivering the offense. Gives it over to Lemon. Lemon will try a deep 3. Back of the rim, no. Lemon goes for his own rebound, can't do it. Falls in the hands of Robbins. Ball's loose and picked up there by Lemon, and he's going to go out of bounds, and there's no call. Lemon is stripped in the backcourt, and there's no call.
There was more contact on that play than on the Marino Graham foul, and they let that go. That should have been a foul on Foster without question. But what about the hustle play by Chase Lemon? To get the miss all the way back up near half court, get hands on it, battle with it, beat Foster to the ball, and keep possession for Newcastle.
Canes with the ball as they give it over to Harrison, back to Cox. 1:50 here to play. Cox working down into the paint. And we got a whistle and a foul, and this time we're going to get a reach-in foul against Begay with 1:46 here to play.
It's a good foul. Stop him. You got how many to give here? 1 to give? 3 to give. So
quite a few.
Upper St. Clair here can take some chances defensively.
Bring the ball up is Cox. Cox finds Davis underneath. Davis off the rim, no good.
Now Kai got away with a backcourt violation on the inbound, number 1. Newcastle needed to hit that though.
Austin brings the ball in, and we're getting a whistle. We're getting a what? A timeout?
Yeah, Danny Holzer got the timeout.
I'll tell you what, Eric, let's take a quick timeout. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP. This project, they bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, Gem Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day? You guys ready?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
One minute, 32 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. We are tied at 47. On the court for the Canes is Cox, Harrison, Davis, Lemon, and Walker. The freshman Marina Graham fouled out of the game with 4 minutes left to play. Upper St. Clair will throw in the ball from underneath. Luke Machiski will trigger. They get it into Robbins, the 6'7" center. Guarded here by Lemon as they get the ball back out. Top to Foster. Foster gets bounce pass inside to Mancheski. They work it out to Mancheski from Robbins. Mancheski drives into the lane, and we're going to get a whistle. And they're going to get Walker on a defensive foul. They got a hold of the arm.
Yeah, good call. Walker's been pretty physical when he's been in there, and obviously they've had to rely on him a little bit more now with Graham out. But you've got to be pleased, for the most part, with the defense that Walker's played here tonight for Newcastle.
And that will put Luke Mancheski at the line. And the first shot was no good.
Yeah, they gave Walker a lot of time in the semi, too.
Second shot puts Upper St. Clair up by 1, 48-47. Minute 12 here to play.
It's really become a reliable six-man, but now your two go-tos on offense here, Tim. Obviously, it's Cox with the ball and Harrison. See if they set up penetration and kick.
Cox with the ball. Gives it over to Lemon. To Harrison. They hold the ball. It's down to 55 seconds. They give the ball over to Cox. Cox with the ball. Drives into the lane. Spins. Shot. And he's going to get fouled. And Fox, that will put Cox at the line. That's on Begay. Cox, a 64% shooter.
I think his ability to create, he's kind of like a 1A point guard. If Graham's off the floor, Cox kind of becomes like the point guard. He's not like a true shooting guard yet or even a forward yet. He's more of like a point/shooting guard.
The first shot by Cox, as you can hear, is good. We're tied at 48.
But you got to trust him with the ball in his hands because he's got so much creativity. And Harrison, the sharpshooter, you can spot him up.
Puts the Canes ahead by 1. 45 seconds here to play. Foster brings the ball up. Let's see if they play for the last shot here, Eric. Foster with it. Goes down to the ground but keeps his dribble alive. Stolen away by Cox. Cox on the move. Off the glass. Good for 2. Cox with 20. As they bring the ball up, 3-point lead here for the Canes. Ossie with the ball and a whistle and a timeout.
Ossie had nowhere to go with it. The Canes defense was right up in his face. But how about Foster brings it up the floor? What a job he does to keep the possession alive. But this Canes defense has come alive in the second half. And they've been much more aggressive. They're going after the ball. They're taking some chances. And they are not being denied right now. They are taking this game with 22 seconds left.
51-48, Canes with the lead. 22 seconds remaining. And Kai Cox showing his leadership down the stretch here for the Canes. Cox averaging 14.5 points per ball game, now has 20, including 4 threes in tonight's ball game.
And he hasn't shot the ball great. He's 7 of 21, but it's the stick-to-itiveness of him to keep going and to be called upon with arguably your best player off the floor in Graham, at least tonight, in the first half anyway. And for Cox, who struggled this whole game, just to come up with play after play after play. And that's why everybody loves his potential. He can shake these type of nights off and make the plays when they matter most. Nobody's going to remember that he struggled shooting the ball if they win this game tonight.
They get it inside to Robbins. Robbins with the baby hook up and good. And a timeout taken. This is going to be a 30-second timeout. Ponchos and Church timeout. They're taken by Upper St. Clair.
Upper St. Clair still has 2 fouls to give, too. So I would expect that they're going to watch how Newcastle is going to come out here on the inbound. I don't know if they'd burn another timeout or not, but they can foul right away, stop the clock, maybe try to play some defense, and then give it about 8 seconds or whatever, and then foul again.
Well, the Canes have the 1-point lead, 51-50. 18 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Another classic here at the 6A WPIAL Championship.
Something to keep in mind about this Upper St. Clair team, Tim. Last year they were 8 of 17 shooting threes in this game. Tonight they're 5 of 17. But they are really good three-point shooters. So at what point does Danny Holzer exhaust the fouls if they can't get a turnover, put Newcastle on the line if they hit both, and then try to tie this thing up? He's got to be confident with whoever's on the floor.
They get it into Walker. Walker has the ball stolen away on the pass, and his ball's loose, and we get a whistle and a foul, and they're going to get a foul on Lemon.
Yeah, too much in the mix there. Newcastle's got to do a better job of getting the ball to Cox or Harrison off the inbound. That was not a well-designed inbound play, because Upper St. Clair is going to recognize right away that they've got a foul Walker, who is, yes, a 64% free throw shooter, but with fouls to give, you can try to live with that, but you still got to try to get the ball in the hands of either Harrison or Cox.
Jake Foster at the line. His first shot's going to roll the rim and fall in. We are tied at 51, 12.6 seconds remaining.
Come on, you got to get the boards here if you're Newcastle. You've got to be super aggressive at blocking out. Davis and Robbins on the far block.
Second shot falls in good. 1-point lead for Upper St. Clair. Here comes the Canes.
Penetrate and kick.
They're going to give the foul. They had the foul to give.
Yeah, now you just defend here for 9 seconds. I think you try not to foul, because obviously you're putting them on the line at the fifth end, so they can now defend the rest of the 9 seconds. They're going to take Robbins out.
See what the Canes choose to do. 9.1 seconds.
Oh, it's Beggy who's out, because that was Beggy's fifth. So he's out.
All right.
And now you play defense here, but it's got to be Cox, penetrate, and kick. They don't need a three. That is the key thing. They don't need a three.
They get it into Davis. Davis with the ball down to 6 seconds. Give it over to Cox. Cox to Walker. And the ball's going to be tipped away. 1.2 seconds remaining.
Too much juggling around there.
Yeah.
Just get it set and go. You got to be set and go.
And a timeout taken here by the Canes.
That's a miscue on Newcastle's part there. You can't get the ball in with 9 seconds left and waste the time there. You've got to be ready to go. If you're Cox and you get the ball in your hands, you got to go. If you're going to take the shot, take the shot. But if you're going to penetrate and kick it out, get the play moving. You don't have an eternity there. It's 9 seconds.
Canes shooting 36% here tonight. As Upper St. Clair shooting 48%.
This has to be a high percentage pass off the inbound. And I think they've got to find Damian Harrison for it. Upper St. Clair is going to recognize that, but they got to find Damian Harrison. And it's got to be a high percentage pass. This can't be something like throw into the paint and kick it out where there's going to be a lot of hands. This has to be like you got a screen, get somebody off a screen, get it in his hands, and let him get a clean look at the bucket with 1 second to go.
We'll see what happens here for the Canes. They trail by 1.2 seconds remaining. They'll throw the ball in here by the scoring table here by on our side, the press side. Lemon will throw it in. Lemon, Cox, Davis, Walker on the court with Cox. They get it into Walker. He'll get the three up and it will not go in. And that will end the game as the Canes could not come through in the last second as they got the ball into the corner to Jermaine Walker, and the ball was short. Hit the front of the rim and bounced away, and Upper St. Clair walks away with a 1-point win and their second straight championship game win in the WPIAL over the Newcastle Red Hurricanes.
How are they not getting the ball to Harrison or Cox on that inbound is my question. You've got to go get it. If they're doing whatever they can to deny you, you've got to go get it. I mean, you have to trust everybody on the floor. I understand that. But the ball's got to go in Damian Harrison's hands or Kai Cox's hands at the end of the game. And
with that, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with our Tri-County postgame show right after this. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Like in sports, it takes a great team to protect you, your family, and your business. MVP Insurance is that team. From home and auto to life and commercial insurance, you can count on us for coverage that adapts to your needs.
We're committed to excellence for our clients' experience and in serving our community.
It's a winning combination.
MVP Insurance. Don't get left on the sidelines. Log on to mvpins.com or call today to get your free quote.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve. Congratulations to our January LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Laurel Wrestling as our LCAP Team of the Month for making the WPIAL semifinals and qualifying for the state championships, both for the first time in program history. Congratulations to Coach Kevin Carmichael and the Laurel Wrestling team, our LCAP Team of the Month.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Tonight, someone is cold, hungry, and forgotten. At City Rescue Mission, we're more than a shelter. We're a bright beacon of light in our community, serving those in need to make our community stronger and healthier. We offer real help and real hope, and that hope is Jesus. We serve him by serving others in love, grace, mercy, and compassion. But we can't do it without you. Be the reason someone's story is rewritten in Christ. Give today at cityrescuemission.org.
And welcome back here to the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh. as Upper St. Clair, the number 1 seed here in 6A, defeats Newcastle, the number 2 seed, 52-51. And a game that was decided at the line with 12 seconds remaining. Jake Foster hit 2 shots to give the 1-point lead to Upper St. Clair. And it was a tight game, especially in the second, third, and fourth quarters throughout. And in the first quarter, Upper St. Clair got off to a commanding start as they led 17-5, but the Canes made a comeback in the second quarter, outscoring Upper St. Clair 18-7 to cut it to 1 at halftime. The Canes had the lead after 3, 39-37, but Upper St. Clair, who went to the line with 12 seconds remaining, were able to hit both shots by Jake Foster, and that was enough for the Canes to fall here tonight, 52-51. And a matchup that I kind of what I expected here, Eric. A tight, close ball game going down to the last seconds.
Yeah, it really was, and kudos to Newcastle for a good season. Great job by Upper St. Clair to take a third straight title here. There's a couple of parallels to last year's title game as well. Upper St. Clair in the fourth quarter, 4 of 6 field goals, but 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Last year in the second half of this title game, Newcastle shot 8 of 30. Tonight in the second half, 11 of 28. So very similar halves. Newcastle was only 4 of 12 in the fourth quarter, shooting tonight 2 of 7 from three-point land. And look, I mean, yeah, the game, you can talk about the Marino Graham thing and him fouling out. They still had a lead with under 20 seconds or right around 20 seconds to go in the game. So that's kind of thrown out the window. There's a big difference in having the championship mentality, and the holdovers from this Upper St. Clair team, it was good enough to get the job done again. There's a culture. There is a mentality that's instilled with this team that they are going to fight right down to the very end, and they've done it for 3 straight years now.
Yeah, and, you know, they got to give the Canes a lot of credit. They made the run. They came up a little short. Yeah, as you mentioned, they were behind in a sense when Marino went down, but they fought back. They had the lead. They had an opportunity to close out tonight's ball game. They had the last shot tonight. With 1 second remaining, and they got it into the corner to Jermaine Walker, and it came up a little short from the left wing. And that was really the story here tonight when you get down to it between these two schools. We'll get into our Gems scoring recap. Gems Masters Builders, that's Gems Master Builders, family owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. GEMbuilders.com. Build your community for 70 years. And first for Upper St. Clair, they were led here tonight by Ryan Robbins with 16 points. Jake Foster, who had the 2 free throws at the end of the ball game, had 12 here tonight. Luke Manchesky with 13, Jude Ossie off the bench with 7, and Finnegan Baggy with 3, and Andrew Gathers had 1. Basically, those 6 are the only players to score here tonight for Upper St. Clair. For Newcastle, they were led tonight by Kai Cox with 20 points, including 4 threes here tonight. Marino Graham fouled out with 4:40 left in the ball game, had 4 threes and tonight, and had 14 points for the freshman. Damian Harrison with 11, Chase Lemon with 2, Quaylen Davis with 3, and Jermaine Walker had 1 as the Canes fall here tonight to Upper St. Clair, who are the 6A champions, with a 52-51 victory here tonight. And Eric, let's take one last time out. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up here from the Peterson Event Center. You're listening to LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedorBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And welcome back here to the event, the Peterson Event Center. And Eric, what's this sets up for the state tourney for these two schools now?
So Upper St. Clair is going to play Cedar Crest, the 8th seed out of District 3. They've lost 7 of 9 coming into the state tournament now next week. Good three-point shooting team, but they're only 14-13 overall. They finished 3rd in Lancaster Lebanon League 1, and they've got a couple of good players. They get 5 players that have 10 or more threes this season, so they like to shoot the three. Tommy Smith, really good coach. He likes to get – he's the guy who gets the most out of his team. Usually – and they've had really, really good teams in the past. They've had the Horn brothers who were there for a couple years that guided them to a few district playoff appearances, including a district championship. And usually when he has supreme talent, they kind of underachieve. And when he has a team like he does this year, they overachieve. So we'll see if they can give Upper St. Clair a fight. They're going to have to hit some threes in that game for sure. And then for Newcastle, they will take on District 3 7th seed Wilson. Again, a very defensive-oriented team. They don't score really well or score with a lot of consistency. But Matt Cauldron's an excellent coach. He's a very deep team, 10 players he'll throw on the floor. And most of them are underclassmen, too, so he's got a very young team. And they went through Berks 1, and Berks 1's got tough teams like Reading, who they played twice. They also played Berks Catholic, who won the district title tonight in District 3 4A. So they've taken their lumps this season. They've been battle-tested, and they're going to try to grind this thing out. It's going to be a tough matchup for Newcastle. Not similar in the sense of scoring like Cumberland Valley was a season ago, but as far as like how they play defense and they make you work for a lot of possessions, that's kind of what Wilson's MO is. Much like this Upper St. Clair team is, but maybe not as gifted. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for Newcastle. I hope for Newcastle's sake that they come out a lot sharper next Saturday than what they did last year in the first round of states, because Cumberland Valley just hung with them point for point and really frustrated them that game. I think they need to come out next week and take out some frustration on Wilson, and they might be poised to do that. I do think that this is a better position this year for Newcastle than it was a season ago. I think that Marino Graham's going to be fired up next Saturday. I think Cox will be fired up. He was sitting on the floor when they were getting their medals. So I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to be Wilson next week. If they struggle to score next week, Newcastle will absolutely lay it to them if they can.
All right, we got a couple T-shirts to give away here tonight. The Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award will go to Marino Graham for his 3 threes in the first half, keeping Newcastle alive and on the scoreboard. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game Award to Marino Graham. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Marino here tonight with tonight's Play of the Game. He will receive a customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. To view Maley Chiropractic's Play of the Game, a full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again to Marino Graham for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And tonight's MVP Insurance MVP of the game will go to Kai Cox, who had 20 points here tonight, including 4 threes. MVP Insurance is proud to present tonight's MVP of the Game Award to Kai Cox. MVP Insurance in Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Kai tonight with tonight's MVP. He will receive a customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, in recognition of being tonight's MVP of the game. To view a full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations again to Kai Cox for being tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance. Call MVP for the win. Well, Eric, that's about wraps it up here from the Peterson Center. We'll give the two matchups that are going on next week. And then tomorrow, we have the girls game with Neshannock playing for a championship.
Yeah, they're going to take on Winchester Thurston, and I say this with all due respect to Winchester Thurston, good luck.
Yes, with no question about it. All right, for Eric Thomas, I'm Tim Continental, wishing you all a wonderful evening here tonight. Once again, Upper St. Clair, the number 1 seed, defends their WPIAL title against number 2 Newcastle, 52-51. Have a great night, everyone.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.